I started Shopify Dropshipping 3 years ago, and I seriously almost gave up. What's up guys, my name is Cam Howard. In this video, I want to tell you guys my experience of starting Shopify Dropshipping 3 years ago and just really how I came to the point where I'm at today. And if you guys don't know already, I'm a 19 entrepreneur. I have 2 brands that I'm currently running, and in this channel, I just want to give as much free value as possible for you guys to do the same and start yourselves. So with all that being said, I just want to get straight into my story. So 3 years ago, I was 16, or right before I turned 16, I really was just trying to find ways to make money online, just seeing how I can go in and just do stuff differently, because I was working at Starbucks at the time. I didn't really want to continue working at Starbucks, obviously, and I just didn't think that was the right thing for me. So I went ahead and I found about this whole dropshipping model. I realistically didn't even know what it was about. I had no idea what to do, but I'm just going to tell you guys, long story short, I spent around 5-ish months not even knowing what I was doing with dropshipping or anything like that, and I went ahead, I started a jewelry store, and it completely flopped. I spent $2,000 in ads. I had literally no idea what I was doing, and I just wasted so much money. So during those 4 to 6 months of going in and trying to do this, I was obviously still working my job. I was in school taking AP classes, and I was just trying to find another way to make some money. So spending that much time on a business that I thought was gonna flourish because I was watching all these YouTube videos, I thought I knew everything. I thought I was just gonna go in and just make a ton of money, but realistically I wasted months and months and months of hard work, not really even learning too much, and ultimately wasting over $2,000 into something that I barely even knew. So this time made me realize, I was like, well, what am I doing? Is this even something for me? And I was literally this close of just stopping and just completely throwing away this whole business model. I was just gonna stop, continue working at Starbucks, and just say, you know, fuck it, like I don't want to do this anymore. But deep down, I knew for a fact that something would work for me, and I don't think I should go and continue chasing the quote-unquote shiny object, all these new business models. I knew that this is something I wanted to do, and if I continue to go hard at it for a long time, at some point I would succeed. So I took a couple more months, worked at Starbucks, saved up around $3,000 to $4,000, and I knew that I had to do something that most people really won't do. I went and I invested over $3,000 to a mentor to teach me everything. And the crazy thing is I approached him, I said, hey, like, I see you living this crazy lifestyle, I see you just doing amazing things. He was literally like 17 at the time, and I told him, I said, man, literally, I don't care what you charge me, just teach me everything you know. And the reason why I came and approached him like that was because I knew for a fact that I wanted to succeed with literally anything. I just wanted to start seeing some money, I wanted to start seeing results, and I knew for a fact that if I approached him like that, and I knew that I obviously had the money to invest, that I could go ahead, skip my learning curve, and not go lose a couple $1,000s again. Because in my mind, I was like, why am I trying to do this myself? Why can't I just go and have someone teach me one-on-one? Because if someone has already seen success, it would probably be best for me to go and learn from someone that has already seen success with the business model. So I went ahead, literally paid him almost everything that I had in my bank, because I just literally was working through Starbucks, just trying to make enough to put inside my checking to go pay someone. And I did. And after that, I started this new idea of developing a women's clothing store. Now, I knew a product that was pretty hot, which was leggings. I know women they love leggings, and I was like, okay, how can I make this product super good? I learned from him, and he told me to go and promote these leggings. It was this winning product that is like a push-up leggings, and I'm like, okay, bet, like, let's do it. But I obviously didn't just want a store with leggings, so I went ahead and I branded my store to be an overall women's clothing store. Had leggings, t-shirts, joggers, hoodie, literally everything that you could imagine. And I was trying to brand the store just like Paxo. It took me around 2 months to really learn everything. I obviously didn't launch the store for a couple months, and I just wanted to know everything before I started putting more money into something, because the last thing that I wanted was to go and fail. So after taking a couple months of literally learning every day, staying up every night, losing a bunch of sleep, losing friends, because guys, when you're starting something like this and you're really passionate about a business, or bettering yourself, you're gonna have to sacrifice things. You're gonna have to sacrifice friends. You're gonna have to sacrifice partying, and that's exactly what I did. I just put my head down for a couple months, learned everything that I could with my mentor, and then 2 months later I went and I launched the store. So believe it or not, my first day I had over a couple $100, literally my first day of being successful with drop shipping. And I knew for a fact that, hey, like, I spent so much time on the site, I knew exactly what I was doing, I learned from someone else, and my first day was over like $300 in sales. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I finally saw success, everything like that. And everything with this and the sales was through free traffic. I was just going on Instagram and DMing other girls to be an ambassador for our program. And with that, literally 3 months later, this store was my first successful store, making me over 6 figures in sales. Now, being 16, almost 17 at the time, already having my first 6-figure store, I thought I was going crazy, but realistically, the profit obviously wasn't 6 figures. I profited around 30K of that, which isn't too bad for a first store. After seeing slight success with the business model, I knew this is something that I wanted to continue going over and over, just rinse and repeat in this model. So I was doing the dropshipping model for around another year and a half when I was about 17 years old, almost 18, and I was making good money, don't get me wrong. I quit my job. I was being known in the school as the entrepreneur. It was just right before I graduated high school, and I was doing the dropshipping model, just kind of rinse and repeating stores. Other stores that I had was a makeup fridge, which I don't even know how I came up with that idea, but I literally took a mini fridge off AliExpress, branded it as a makeup fridge. That did super well. I sold other things like gaming iPhone cases, literally everything that you can think of, posture correctors, and I made good money, don't get me wrong, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is this really what I want to do for 10, 20 years? All I'm doing right now is just going in, just trying to make as much money as possible. What am I really doing? And yes, I was making a lot of money doing this. I was making anywhere from around like 20 to 30K a month profit, but it wasn't something that I was really happy doing, and it wasn't something I thought that could be long term. So during this time frame, I paid for some more mentors, and I learned the whole model of actually building a brand out of a product, which I had no idea you could go in, brand these products so easily and just make a whole brand out of not even just one product, but even like a whole niche store. This opened up a whole new realm of Shopify dropshipping for me, which I had no idea existed. I had no idea you could go private label these products, literally just have your own brand, and I definitely knew this was the one thing that I was missing. And the thing that I was missing was a long-term aspect of this business model. I knew for a fact that selling products online could be long-term, but I didn't know the right step when doing it. So when I turned 18, this is when I was really going in. I was private labeling products, and I was actually building really good brands. And mind you, this was around 2020, just the start of 2020, right before COVID happened. And boom, right when this happened, right when I had a brand doing super well, it was actually a brand that's made me well over 6 figures. Everything happened. I was still in high school. Everything got shut down in China, and I felt like I had nothing else to do. At this point, my products were private labeled. I had custom packaging. I had everything good. My products were still sitting in China. I didn't have a fulfillment center in the US. And obviously nothing was coming over really from China to the US. Drop shipping literally would have been taking 3-4 months for customers to get their orders. So I had to shut down the store. And this was around March, and I thought I hit the gold mine. I was like, let's go. I had all my products, literally making a crazy brand. And once this came down, I was going from making over $1,000 a day profit to literally making $0. And at this point, I knew for a fact that I had to change the way I was doing everything yet again. So this is the 3rd time that I hit a big learning curve. And I was talking around, and obviously the person I am went ahead, paid for another mentor, and he was talking to me about going in and actually getting the US fulfillment center, sending my products here so I can get really fast 3 to 5 day shipping. And at this point, I remembered that I had a friend that has really big connections to fulfillment centers, and I used him, and he's been my supplier ever since. And after going through the learning curves of not knowing how to brand, not having fast shipping, but having branded products, to now making everything formulated of having branded packaging, branded products, fast shipping. I knew for a fact that I could go take the Shopify dropshipping model and actually turn it to a real brand that I'm happy about and that I can realistically do for a long period of time. Because the thing that I was most worried about was going in and having to rinse and repeat stores, having to do stores every 2-3 months. That's not something I wanted to do. So during the summer of 2020, this is when I graduated. I'm actually in the class of 2020. I had all the time in the world. I was going really deep into e-com, and by the end of this year, I had one of my most successful brands do over $500,000 in less than 2 months. And this really opened my eyes to the possibilities of creating a real brand and a brand that lasts a long time and just having a good customer experience. And that brand allowed me to finally move to Miami at 18. I moved just in the end of January of 2021. Now I'm in Miami. I'm actually 19 now, and I'm seriously living the best life that I think I could possibly live. Because realistically, all I need in my life is a stable income, being happy with it, good friends, good vibes. And with that, that's exactly the life that I'm living right now. And I think a big takeaway that everyone can learn from the whole experiences that I dealt with is the fact that whenever you're getting into anything, especially e-commerce, you have to think long term. You don't want to go try to get the quick cash grab. You want to build something that's super long term, and if I didn't figure it out, I wouldn't be in this position. And I'm really blessed being 19 years old, being in this position that I can go really do what I want, because a lot of my friends and my peers, they're going off to college not really knowing what to do, and for me now, I have a set plan of exactly what I want to do. So being in this fortunate position, that's exactly why I share my stories, I do podcasts, and ultimately do these YouTube videos so you guys can learn from my mistakes and so you don't make the same mistakes as I did. Because the last thing that I want is for you to make the same mistakes as I did, because if that happens, I know that I didn't do my job truthfully. And what I really want to do now is just literally have you guys learn from my mistakes, because there's so many mistakes that I wish that I could have learned from. Even though I had these mentors, there's always things that come up and that stuff that some other people have never dealt with. So my experience with Shopify dropshipping was definitely a wild journey, but it's definitely very smoothed out now. I have set plans, I know exactly what I'm doing, and obviously I'm still learning to this day. I now have one main brand that's making me a good amount of money. I'm starting off a second brand. I also have a marketing agency that focuses on free traffic, and seriously, I definitely can say that I'm very blessed to be in this position today. And I wouldn't go back 3 years ago and changed anything at all. I knew for a fact that I had to go through my path. I had to face these difficulties and these obstacles, because if I didn't, I definitely wouldn't be as prepared as I am today with building new businesses, going and just doing everything I'm doing today. And just for a final takeaway for you guys, what's really crazy is actually my first mentor that I had, I'm actually running the agency side by side with him. So just know that connections can go a very long way. Learn from people's mistakes, and I'll see you guys in the next video.